The book, How to Make Millions from Apps, will share with you the secrets of how you can create apps with no programming, coding, or design experience. I'll even share with you the little known secret of how you can create apps for free. This and so much more. I've even included over $128 worth of free bonuses and resources that include my app creation blueprint. This is what I use and it's what I've built my entire app business on. And I'll share with you a little secret. I've got over 150 apps in my app portfolio, and it's growing on multiple platforms every single month. And all this with no programming, coding, or design experience. And you might be thinking, hey, I've got a really limited budget. I can share with you how to capitalize on your limited budget and publish an app that makes money. So if you really want to know these secrets, How to Make Millions from Apps is the book that's going to expose all these secrets and make it so simple for you to succeed at creating an app. Belief that, yeah, I've just spent the last month, 2 months, 6 months to develop my app and it's done. I'm just going to put it in the App Store and just sit back and make my millions. Well, I've got some bad news for you. That's not necessarily going to happen. You're just starting the work, the marketing, the localization, or which is translation to other languages. The work's just really beginning, and you've reached a milestone. But now let's talk about pricing. The biggest evolution from 2010 to 2012 was the impact of freemium and free content. So a lot of the top apps were going free and having a micro payment system, in-app purchases and ads built into them. So that, like, if you're going the freemium model, free apps have a completely different revenue strategy and business model to paid apps. So don't think that if you're going paid, you're limiting yourself. But I always recommend creating a free version and a paid version and running them together and using different promotions and different pricing strategies in the paid version. And there's many ways that helps you, and you'll be amazed at the revenue differences, the pricing differences there, and how it really impacts your bottom line. But you've really got to choose carefully, free or paid. And if you're going paid, you can create multiple paid versions of your app. And just because your competition is selling it for $1.99 or $2.99 doesn't mean you've got to come in at $1.99. Sometimes, well, you'll be amazed at how that $1 makes a big difference in price. But also, if you've got paid apps, make sure you have in-app purchases. And whatever you do, start increasing the price of your in-app purchases. Just having them all for 99 cents is crazy. There's some apps that have in-app purchases for over $400. So get your in-app purchases up, double the price of your in-app purchases, create bundles, create unique pieces, create things that are $4, $2, $10, $19, $29 coin packages. You'll be amazed at how people want them. Give them a one-time offer to buy a few items at a premium price where they save a few dollars. All that other type of marketing that's applied everywhere else in the world still applies to revenue and marketing strategies. But here's a few good questions when we're talking about pricing strategy. What are your competitors charging? Be aware of them. Don't undercut them and use it to your advantage. You might want to create a $2.99 version and then a $9.99 version. Because the reality is when you have a $9.99 version, you are attracting a totally different customer than the $2 and then the free one. So bear that in mind. There is always going to be people who are free and they're never going to be paid. And some of the research that's coming out now is it takes people to use your app 8 to 12 times before they're actually going to spend any money with you in in-app purchases. Then there's that other demographic and that other audience that if you offer it to them straight away, they're going to buy. A buyer is a buyer is a buyer. And they're what we call whales. We actually want to cater to the whales more than we necessarily cater to the free people. The free people help get more exposure and things, but the whales, which are the people spending money, and the percentage of them spending big money, are the ones that pay for further app development, pay the mortgage, pay the price on the fancy car, the fancy house and everything else. So if you really want to make good money, learn how to attract whales and what whales are spending money on. What makes your app different from others? And this is one of the things when you're really in the initial stages, you really want to factor into your pricing strategy and work that out. What are your features and benefits and how can you put that into all your marketing? But make sure your customers understand that from the get-go. And this might be something you want to factor into your logo design and your promotional graphics, so you can really get your message across when other people are looking. Because if I'm just comparing your app to your competitor and all I'm seeing is the logo and the title, you might want to change the name of your app to include more, use a longer title. Little things like this help. Where does your app stand in the marketplace? This is once again finding your best customer and getting the fit. What are your development costs? How many apps do you have to sell to cover your development costs? Have you even worked that out? Have you thought about that? What's the difference between $1.99 or free or 99 cents and $4.99? Like, it's a dramatic difference in sales to cover your development costs before you to break even. Because remember, you've got development costs, marketing costs, net profit and profit. Like, this is where you really want to work out what this next 6 months, the next 12 months of your app life cycle is really going to be like. So on this post, we've got a table that explains like the profits that you're getting, because yeah, you might be selling your app for 99 cents, but you don't get the 99 cents. You're only getting 70 cents out of that because Apple's taking their 30 cents. So you work that out. You've got to factor that into the effect. You've also got refunds. And how a refund works with Apple and Android are all slightly different, but you got to factor in there's going to be a percent of people who you're never going to make happy, and even for 99 cents, they're going to want a refund, which is crazy. So here are some great questions and topics that you can factor into your pricing strategy. And you got to start working out, what the hell is your pricing and marketing strategy? And don't just go cheaper. If you're just competing on price, you're absolutely crazy. Because there's some great promotions you can do. For example, here's one of them. Here's a tip that I give to some of my top paying consulting clients. It's set your app out at $2.99 or $3.99. Put it out there for a few weeks. Get some downloads. It'll get indexed and crawled on all the websites online. You can then drop the price to free or 99 cents for a weekend or something. And you'll get a spike in downloads because your app price changes been indexed by all the app review websites and saying, this app's now on sale, this app's now on sale. You can do press releases that reinforce your app being on sale. And sometimes you don't want to compete with the free market. That's why you create a free app that has a completely different strategy so you can cater for that. And remember, having a free app with its own unique revenue strategy means you don't have to decrease the price of your paid app to compete. And that's what a lot of people do wrong. They take a great paying app, which doesn't have a great in-app purchase model or ad revenue model or anything in it, and make it free to try and compete with their competitors. That's a big, big mistake. You've got to have a paid app revenue strategy. You've got to have a free app revenue strategy. And bear in mind, your free app will always have 10 times the amount of downloads as your paid app. So this is Ben Bressington, How to Make Millions with Apps, and I'm giving you a whole heap of tips and tricks about how you can make more money from your apps. There's a whole heap of great content on this website. Leave your comments and feedback below. Make sure you check out a copy of my book and all the other resources we got, because we want to hear how you're succeeding and why you're succeeding. Here we're creating a community of app publishers who want to make money, are making money, and really want to chase the big achievement of getting into the top 25 charts of the app world and really making great money from apps, because it is possible. Almost dropped my iPad, that would have been nasty. Anyway, see you in the next video. Discover the secrets of how you can make apps for free. It is possible, but I share more than that. I share the secrets of how you can create, market, and publish apps even on a low budget with no coding, programming, or design experience. It is possible. Trust me, I went from 0 to 150 apps in under 12 months. I make my entire living from my app portfolios. And I've shared the secrets of how you too can make apps in my book, How to Make Millions from Apps. And when you order today, you'll get over $128 worth of free bonuses, along with access to a VIP members-only community, which has amazing resources. So if you're looking to be successful in the apps business and create top 25 games or utilities, create apps on a low budget, this book is for you. How to Make Millions from Apps is going to fast track your app success. This is Benjamin Bressington, the author of How to Make Millions from Apps, wishing you happy success in your app journey. Discover